The following has been paid for by the Penn's World Order. Well, that was to be expected. Pens lose 3-1 to the Fighting Connor Bednards, otherwise known as the Chicago Blackhawks. Lots of travel on a back-to-back, and I'm surprised this game even got played at all. Because we all know what happened earlier in the day. Spoilers, Alex Ovechkin broke the record. Now, I'm sure I could come on here and be snarky and sarcastic and be like Squidward. Great. Now they're going to do a new graphic for every goal that he scores until he gets 900. And then they won't stop. Don't you have another graphic to make up capitals? No, I'm not. Happy for him. Glad he got it. It is historic. It is great. It is lovely. Congratulations to Alex Ovechkin. All right? Now, that out of the way, let's do this. Well, lots of travel on a back-to-back, not surprised of the result whatsoever. And for all of you who want the tank's back on, baby. And we're rolling and we're chugging and we're humming along. So, Pens lose as familiar problems continue to creep in. Pens get a power play late in the first, and puck gets out to the point, and oh look, Erik Karlsson loses a puck battle. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Who's covering it? Chris Letang. Uh-oh. Crossing feed over from Teravainen to Frank Nazar. Frank Nazar. Nazar. It's not a name, that's a fantasy name. Interesting. Gets his 9th. Teravainen his 42nd assist, and it's 1-0 Blackhawks as we head into one and into the second. We go midway through the second. You can tell the Pens just don't have the feet on them, and in transition, they get lost again as the Hawks are able to work the puck out of the zone. Bernard feeds the puck up to Ilya Mikheyev, just runs up the ice, skates past Ryan Graves. Why are we paying this guy again? Just skates around him, comes in the net. Was it net? It was net. What's net supposed to do when his defense can't defense? 2-0, but then Richard Rakell, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, false hope abounds. Richard Rakell, great feed, Kuvanen, Rust, Rakell in the bumper spot in the net to make it 2-1. His 34th. Get that total up. Get that value up. And the Pens are in it with about 5 minutes to go until they are not, as Ilya Mikheyev gets the empty netter. Nick Foligno, Captain Nick Foligno gets an assist. So does Joe Veleno. Ugh. Joe Veleno's a full-time starter in the NHL. And the Blackhawks win. 3-1. Lol. And they wrap up the Central road trip. The last big road trip, they get 3 out of 6 points from an OT loss in St. Louis, a surprise win against Dallas, and losing in Chicago. If there was one of these where this was a scheduled loss. I've said these type of losses all year. This is a hard back-to-back with travel. I'd imagine they got done with the game. It was right to Dallas-Fort Worth, fly on a plane, right to Chicago O'Hare, and then right into Chicago. Sleep on the plane, boys. So it was going to be a rough one. I'm not expecting a win. I'm not going to get upset over this. There's no reason to. There's none. We know what's happening. Our season's done because we got 4 to go, everyone. 4 games to go, 2 games this week and 2 games next week. The 2 games this week is a Tuesday night rematch as the Pens will take on the Fighting Connor Bednards again. And then Friday night, we go to Jersey, to Newark for the last time. to Newark for one last time. And then next Sunday is a 3:30 tilt against Boston, the last place in the Atlantic Conference, Boston Bruins, before we wrap up the season on the 17th against the Washington Capitals. And I admit to everyone, I had read the script, and I could have swore I said Ovechkin breaks the record against the Pens. Not in script. Not in script. Anyway. Probably might look for some more Wilkes-Barre call-ups over these next 4 games. Get some kids some time. And it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. But legendary day in hockey. Let's remember that. And Ovechkin and Crosby, they came into the league together. Most likely going to leave the league together, or close to it. And thus will end the last remnants of the NBC era. Will be done in the NHL. So, all you Pens Twitters are right. Yeah, what Crosby's doing is great. I mean, 20 consecutive point-per-game seasons. Beats Gretzky's, insanely consistent throughout his career, doing a lot of this stuff at 39. But also look at Ovi, 41 goals, and the dude's 39 and broke his leg. Both these guys are amazing. And there are not much left for the NHL world. So, another loss, but it's time to head back home for another night, another show. Heart's so fired up and ready to go because we have only 4 games left, everyone. And you will miss it when it is gone. So love, hug, and cherish it because soon the conquest for Lord Stanley's Cup shall begin. 16 teams will go for the legendary Silver Chalice. And only one will survive. But we'll deal with that when the time comes. Until then, let's go Pens. We'll catch you next time.